Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Satisfying Saturday today and we're going to do something that I will find very satisfying. I've got my big fluffy top on again because it's cold again, and I keep this one. It's really old and tatty. It's my Chewbacca one, but I keep it for crafting in because A, it's very warm, and B, it doesn't matter if I get glue or something on it, you know. It's a messy one. So I've done this again. Anyway, I hope this video finds you well, and if not, I hope this video brings you some peace and calm and makes you feel better. There's nothing like watching something satisfying to make yourself feel better, is there? Or if you're doing something today that is worthwhile and satisfying, doesn't matter if you're not. It does not matter. What I've wanted to do for a long time is get those those vintage journals in my shop. But every time I think about putting them in my shop, there's something else to do. So what would be very satisfying to do, I've got my thingy on again. What I think would be very satisfying is if I could actually get them good enough and ready enough for the shop. So first things first, this is the one. I didn't do this one on camera, but it's not quite finished. It's almost there. It just needs its name putting on, which is going here. And it's got its message from the bookkeeper, which is this thing. Now, I do these for all my books, all my journals. Where's my big ruler gone? I haven't done anything for the last hour or so. How can my ruler have disappeared? We'll have to use the really big one. Oh, there it is. Look, just staring me in the face. Here it is. Look. Right, so we're going to tear this off. And like that. I make these on parchment paper because I just think it adds to the vintagey feel, doesn't it? Parchment. Well, that's what they call it in this country anyway. It's like really thick stuff. It's quite nice actually. It's not white either. It's off-white. It's sort of a mottled colour as well. It's lovely stuff to use. It's about 100 years in. It's thicker than normal paper anyway. Now there's this name on the back, Susan, and I don't think that matters. This one printed it wrong, but I reused a bit of paper because although I love this paper, it's very expensive. So I can either put that on the back or just leave it. And I'm perfectly honest thinking about just leaving it because it is the name of this one. I don't think it matters that it's on the back. So let's ink this up. And this initial message from the bookmaker originally came from Pam at the Paper Outpost. It's one of her freebies. I've altered it slightly for me, you know, obviously. But a lot of the initial wording and that came from her. And it's just, you know, when you give somebody a junk journal for the first time and they're not really into these things and they look at it and think, oh, okay, what is this then? Well, this kind of explains it. And I mean, junk journals are getting a lot better known in this country. But I've just put journals with a difference. That's my sort of little motto thing in this. And I usually do it so you can actually, whoops, that's not fixed yet, see it as you open the, now that will actually fit in. So I'm just going to, can you see? I'm just going to fold it once, I think. Sometimes I have to fold them really small. And I put them in an envelope. Sometimes I've finished and I've forgotten to put it in and I have to go back and find space, you know. But I do like to put them in this front piece here. This is why I like to have, and I do like the bit like, that's it. That's what I like to have poking out the top. A message from the bookmaker, like that. There we are. I'm just going to ink the back though, because I didn't ink the back and it looks a bit bare. They're not all made with parchment, but when they're vintage, I like to make them with parchment. There we go. That can go in there. Poke out there. So that's that bit done. Next, she needs a name. Mine all have names. So what did I do? Don't tell me I've lost it again. I found it. I lost that before, but I did find it when I was clearing up. So that was good. So she's going to get glued on. And I've got her name here. I always make sure they fit in. Well, she says, I don't quite fit in. I always make sure they fit in, and that one doesn't. Yeah, I can do two things. I can either cut it a bit more. When I held that on the screen, that fitted. It doesn't, does it? Well, I've got loads more of these, so let's just get one that's a bit bigger. That's the easiest, the simplest thing to do, isn't it? That fits, but it's a bit industrial, that. I want one that's slightly less industrial. I can put it on top of that one. I prefer the ones with a hole in. That is the same size. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm sorry. That's quite a nice one. That would fit in. Would that look all right on here? Yes, that would look all right on there. Does it go that way? Or does it go that way? I don't know which way it's supposed to go. Well, I'm going to put it that way. And that means I'm going to need another. I do put the brad. The brads are just for show. They don't actually do anything. But I do like them on. So you can go back in there for another one. And we'll put you in here. In here. And then we'll glue you on this bit of paper. There we go. We'll get another one out. It's all these little things that take the time, isn't it? All these extra bits you do. Right, let's make a note of the time today. Actually, last time I'd forgotten, hadn't I? And I was actually smack on. No, that was lucky, wasn't it? I mean, you won't get cut off if I carry on, you know. But I just think, you know, that's not, I want that, don't want that to show. So let's get you bent round there. That's better. And we need one more for there, because this one's got 3 for some reason. The other one I'm doing for the other one hasn't got any, but let's get my brads out and put another one in. Make sure it's the same. Nope, that's not the same. That's the same. Let's put them back there. Right. When I was looking through these, I found all these in there that I'd put in there. These two, like, both called Beauty, and I guess if you wanted to call your book Beauty, that would work. But I found these as well, which I thought were really nice, but they don't really want to go, they want to go in a journal rather than on a journal, so I've taken them out. I also use metal ones sometimes, but there's no metal work on this virtually, except for these little brads, so I'm not. But I often, if I'm like doing metal corners, I'll often put a metal book plate on. They do take some gluing down. Right then. Susan. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Let's glue you on there then. And then we will cut you out. Oh, shall we cut you out first? I often cut you out first, don't I? And then just, that's what we'll do. Let me just make a couple of marks so I don't make it too, let's move you out of the way. Too big or too small. There, that'll do. Pencil. I'll be cutting inside these lines so these pencil marks won't show. Let's cut just inside there. And she says, looking for scissors. There they are. I ought to get these things printed at the top so I can use the rest of the paper. It's a template I've got on my computer. And doesn't matter if it's not perfect because you're not going to see the edges. Susan, is that too big? A tiny bit? Tiny bit? Oh no, it fits. Smack on there. I'm just going to take a tiny bit off. Just a slither. So no breathing room. So you're going to glue on there. Like that. Come on, you go. And I'm going to glue you down. So let's put some glue on here. First of all, I'm going to use this just to get Susan stuck down. just round there. Sorry about the reflection of my lamp. Please put in the comments if it bothers you and I'll try and sort something else out. But I do like, oh, sorry about all that glue on there. I do like working on glass, but I'd rather you could see properly than, you know, it's only for the video that I wouldn't have to. I didn't used to. I used to use a cover, but right, let's get you glued on there. Straight. There. Susan's on. That's in. That's in. Put you on here with Susan. Shall we Mod Podge? I usually Mod Podge them just to make them, I'll do it afterwards, just to make absolutely certain that they're, just to protect them really a little bit from wear and tear, really. That's all. That's the only reason I do it. But I do it with this because of the metal bits. Come on, get back under there. Try not to go through a name though, if I can help it. So we will do the Mod Podging at the very end, so I can just leave them to dry. I don't knock them. So that's that done. Right, I think that will stay on there while I turn over. There was just 2 thingies I wanted to put in here, wasn't there? That makes that finished, doesn't it? Excuse me when I just go over to my journal cards. I've got a few here done, so I'll pop a couple more in. There we go, you two will do nicely. Bring these over. Got these done a little while ago. Let's just finish you off. This is what, you know, getting them ready is all about, just getting them completely finished. So there's nothing left to do. And, oh, I do feel better when that's done, you know. It's so easy to get them 3/4 done and then go on to another project. And they sit there 3/4 done for absolutely ages, don't they? Well, they do in my case anyway. So it will be very feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction if I actually get them, at least one of them, completely ready for the shop, if not both. You know? That would be nice. Is that overhanging? I think that is a bit. Like I said in my last video, I do like them all to be just so. That's better. Right, you can pop in there. I think you'll be too far in. Yeah, I won't bother with that. I won't bother with a. I was going to thinking of putting a tab on it, you know, a thingy on it, but you don't know what a thingy is, do you? Odd that you wouldn't know what a thingy is. Charm. That was the word I was looking for. A charm. But as they're so far in, I won't bother. I don't mind. I like charms hanging out the sides, but not inside. Right, let's get that done. Nicely inked up. Coffee stained on the back. That's nice. Whoops. And pop you in there. There, like that. Now, I'm going to go back once. Sorry about this, but I just want to make sure if there's any more I want to put, you know, threads in or anything like that. And for those of you who are new here, you get a chance to have a peek through at this one. This is my centre spread. I'm wondering about, might just put a little bit of something in those two. This is why it takes me so long to finish them off. Here's my little, my mini box of bits to hand. Oh, look at those. They would go well in here, wouldn't they? Let's do a couple of bits of this. Oh, well, that didn't cut, did it? Right. I wonder how many videos I'll get done today. Not very many, I don't think, as it's 3 o'clock. I try and stop work at 4 to 4:30. It's my tall order today, isn't it? Anyway. Yep, That just looks finished, doesn't it? It just looks finished off. It doesn't look like I have. Some I don't always put. Oh, I cut another piece. I did cut a piece. I thought I cut. There it is. Going balmy. Occasionally I don't put stuff in, you know. Depends on the journal. I think. I mean, there's no hurry to do the ephemera holders because, you know, they don't have to be done until the journal's actually sold anyway. But I do like to get these on my selling shelf, which I have in another room. I mean, they can sit there for ages sometimes. Sometimes they go straight away. My little pink one I made at the beginning, about September last year, never actually got on the shelf. It just went straight away. Julie from Camellia Crafts bought it, bless her. And there we go. No, I'm not putting anything on there. A couple of charms there I'm happy with. Happy with all that. Those I'm not putting anything on. They've got these things at the top instead. There's two of them. Yep. Do I want anything in these two? I don't know if I want any more of this. Tell you what we'll put in. Put some of this in. This is very thin and very, this is silk seam binding, but it's really, really thin. It's lovely stuff for toppers, you know, for toppers of here. It's perfect for putting on the top of tags. I've got my big seam binding over, my sari silk over there, but ooh, it's gone a bit staticky. Oh, it has to. That must be made. That looks nice, doesn't it? As I say, I don't put them in all of them, but sometimes think they need it. Just occasionally. Well, most of the time, actually. So I hope you're all okay. Did I ask you if you're all okay? Right, thank you, Lane, my friend, who put a lovely comment on my my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. One of my videos I did. I like to thank people when they've bothered to go to all the trouble of writing a comment. Thank you very much. Nope, not going to do that one. Oh, look at these. I'm not putting them in this one. I love this. Yep, that'll do nicely as it is. No, I'm not putting any on there. You wouldn't see them once they're closed anyway. There's something in there. There is. They're done. No, I'm not putting any charms on these ones either. I decided, didn't I? I know when I put them in here, I decided not to put charms in those. Come on, out you come. Otherwise you're going to disappear. You're a bit small for there, but I do like you in there. Yep, everything else I'll put in the ephemera pack for it. And it's got that there. So we just put the thing on the back, and then when the other one's done, we will do the Mod Podge. Black one, a brown one. I think I'll do a brown one. These are actually leather. I don't usually use leather, but this was these were given to me, not given to me, by a nice lady, and I'm looking for my pokey tool. There it is, where it belongs. Strange that. But I don't put brads in because I just haven't got any small enough. I do try and poke the bits out though. You know, these bits. Pain, but I do prefer them out than in. It would look nice with brads, but as I say, I just haven't got any tiny enough. Even my tiny brads, I don't think. Well, they might go in, but I don't know what they'd look like. Oh, really? Come out. We could try one, I suppose. Let's see what they look like, shall we? I'm not sure they'll look right. We can look. Yeah, they're way too big. They need to be way smaller than that. And they're the smallest ones I've got, so. Nope. Nope. We'll just glue you on. Glue you on as you are. It's always the way I put this on because I'm cold and then I get hot. Oh, that's not very clean, is it? Let's get this in the bin. Excuse me, just putting a glob of glue in the bin. There we go. All these little finishing touches take just as long as making them sometimes. There we go. I used to put one of my stickers in the back, on the back, but the new lot I've got, I'm really not happy with. Don't like them at all. So until I order some new ones, I'm just putting these on the back instead. Next thing is to stamp it. And we should have a blank piece back here. Yes, we have. This is my little company. That makes it sound grand, doesn't it? Just thinking if I need to press on something. I do have. Let's just see how this goes. It never comes out straight anyway. I hope you can see. It came out fairly straight. It says, I don't know if you can read it, handmade with love by Becky at Windsor Creations. That's what it says. That is what it says. There is my pen. And then I'll put the date, which is it's January 26. Look at that. First one of 2026. And it's number 118. And then I just sign it there. There we go. There. I used to write all that out, but I'm so glad I got a stamp. Mod Podging when the other one's done. That's done. Right, where's the other one? The other one's nowhere near done. This is the other one. I think this is pretty much where I left it last time. Let's put you away so you're not in my way. We have to finish the cover for this. And we have to put a pocket in. Let's do that first. Where there's nothing on the back. I do have a pocket for it. And I have a book palette. I did make these. I did do some work while I wasn't online. So that's just a little tuck for the message from the bookmaker. So that's going to go in with a bit of this. Just because I don't want it to fall off. It's only a tuck. I think it could do with a bit of ink actually. Just around the edges. Because I backed it onto a piece of paper to make it a bit stronger. No, not the top. Won't get much in it at the top, will I? I often make a pocket out of the material, but on this occasion I forgot to do either of them. So they're getting paper pockets, but that's fine. I might put, should we put something on that? Shall we put something on there? What have I got to hand? What have I got to hand? We've got another butterfly, which would complement that one nicely, wouldn't it? And pop him on, yeah? How about a camera as well? How about popping a little camera under? Yeah, I like that. Let me just put the lid on my Fabri-Tac. That's on my 3-in-1. Pop you under there. Right, this can just have some glue stick because it's literally just paper on paper, not under any pressure. So I can just have glue stick. There we are. And shall we have a little, of course we got to have a little label, you know, don't we? We have to have a little label. It wouldn't be done if it didn't have a tiny label on. What have we got here? Oh. The tiniest label you could see. Well, you probably can't see. You probably need a magnifying glass to see it, but I know it's there. That's the important thing. I know it's there. And you gotta have a label on. It just finishes everything off. That'll do nicely. That will go in there. Let's pop you one. I've made this already. I've backed it so when the person writes on it, it's nice and firm. You haven't got this piece of material under it. And I backed it with some card, almost the same colour as this, which I thought was nice. So, and I've made a little edge. And I'm not going to corner it either. I'm going to leave it like that. That'll go in there. Let's just pop that there then. Again, not all of them have book plates, but I decided to put one on these two. I don't think as the book plates are quite vintagey. Well, are very vintagey actually. They are genuine old ones that Rachel has copied, you know, on digital. So unless you're doing a really vintage journal, I don't think they really look quite right. So it's nice to get them used in this vintage journal. Get you straight. Yeah. Right. While that finishes, the lid on this, we can finish off the cover. Let those dry. Let's finish off the cover. Right, I've got some lace here. It's the same lace as the other one, but I don't think that matters. They're not going together, so. Let's pop that on there. You didn't see me do this before, did you, with the other one? So we've got this bit as well. Now, I'm going to put this. Am I? Or shall we put some of this on instead? No, we'll put the thick stuff on. Because I don't think I'm putting any other lace on, so we'll put the thick stuff on. So we want it sort of there to there. Where's my sewing scissors? And we want it to come around a little bit, and we want it, so I'm going to cut it there like I did last time. Where's my cut there? I don't know where this came from. I was given it and it's lovely, but it's genuine vintage, but I use it a lot because it is genuine vintage and I haven't got any more of it, so it's going on these two. Sorry, I usually put this on in front of my knees to get it done, but I'll see if I can do it on here. That just needs straightening off a little bit. I know we don't have to have it straight, but for certain things I do like them straight. This is not easy to cut, as you've probably noticed. Bits fly everywhere. Right, that's that dreaded stuff again. Let's move you before you get damaged. Let's put this on. So which side does it go? Oh, that goes that side, that's for certain. Yeah, I think that is the wrong side. So where's my spatula where I do this? I don't like using my hands. Oh, I've got a lot of rubbish on my desk. Oh, I need a bit of a tidy up, I do. I must have put the spatula back, but that's very unlikely. We'll get another one out. And when I do a clear up, I'll probably find it. Here's another one. These are these silicone spatulas. They're brilliant because the 3-in-1 just, when it's dry, just pulls straight off. I hope you can see all right. That's the front, so this is the back. We need it on all of it, actually. This is a bit painstaking, I'm afraid. But like Gail, I don't edit really at all. Only bit of editing I do is when I use my sewing machine. And my editing is like Margaret's from Seven Plaza. It's just a case of pausing and restarting. That's the full extent of my editing. I'm no professional, but you know, I just come along to give some people something to watch and a bit of relaxation and a bit of fun. I watch a lot of YouTube, I must admit. There's no sci-fi on the telly, and that's about it really. I watch YouTube. Not all crafting. I do watch a lot of other stuff. Oh, a lot of other stuff as well. Some very funny stuff out there. You just have to be careful because, you know, there are some unpleasant people out there, let's say, but just have to be careful. And I've got like 25, 30 people I subscribe to, and I tend to just watch their latest ones. This is a lovely lady. I can't remember her name. I should know her name. I watched her last night. She's Canadian, and she does van life. I can't. It's not something I could do. But when she was 14, she got a spinal cord injury, and she ended up in a wheelchair. And but she was an athlete anyway. She entered the Olympics and won for Canada. She won bike racing, in the Paralympics. She won a gold, I think. She's won a lot of medals actually. So she sort of embraced her wheelchair life, and she lives in a van. She does van life, and because she's Canadian, she spends summer, you know, in Canada. But as soon as the weather comes, because as you know, they can have awful weather in Canada. It's really cold. She doesn't like the cold, so she spends the summer in California, you know, on the beach surfing, because she also surfs, believe it or not. She has a backrest. Yep. She's an amazing woman, but she doesn't pull any, you know, she makes it real, you know. It's not, oh, life in a wheelchair is fine, it's not a problem, you know. She shows you the struggles as well. Right, I'm going to use this topper, but I'm not sure I want it this wide. I'm wondering whether to cut a bit of this off. I like that dash of colour up there, but I'm... Sorry, can I just tilt it this way for a second so I can see it a bit better? I'm not sure I like that either. Oh, that looks better. I don't mind it turned under. That looks all right. Like that. Oh, there's still glue on there. And where's my nameplate going to go? Is it going to go above or below? There's room for it there, isn't there? Sorry, can you see? There's room for it there. I also, the other one I chose, I don't know where it is. I quite liked it on there as well. You know? But having popped it up there, I like it up there now as well. Move this up and see what it's like on the bottom. Like Susanna says. Nope, don't do anything for me in the bottom. Put you down towards the bottom and put you at the top. But I do want to turn these bits over a bit. So I'm just going to... I could cut them off actually, couldn't I? We could have the frayed edge then still. So let's cut a bit off and fray it up a bit and see what it looks like then. So I made it when I didn't know what the front was going to be like. I just wanted to make a topper one day for them. No, I don't think that I've cut enough off yet, no. Oh, Bye, little butterfly. I didn't really want to cut that with these scissors, but happy with that. Cut a lot off, but yeah, I am. Let me just fray up my there we go. That you've got a tiny bit of colour coming out the top there, which is fine. And it's this bit I don't like, this sharp angle. But you see, if you take that sharp angle out, it looks better. But I didn't really want to cut that, but I'm going to have to, aren't I? Let's cut a little bit of it off and see what it looks like. I can fray it up. Yeah, that angle's not quite so bad. Let's see if I can soften the angle a bit. Yeah, it's better, isn't it? Let's do the same at the bottom. Yep, that looks a lot better. It was just too wide before, and that angle was horrible. I really didn't like that angle. There, that doesn't look quite so neat and tidy now, which is ridiculous, but you don't want it neat and tidy. Yeah, happy with that. Yeah, I'm glad I can use it. It would have been disappointing if I'd made it and not used it, because this is supposed to be satisfying Saturday, not disappointing Saturday. And I would have been disappointed otherwise. So, let's pop you on. And then while you're drying, I can look through the book and make sure everything's hunky-dory. And we pop you down here for now, because I don't want to flick open the... Get back in there, you bracelet. There we are. Oh, that's my dress. I'm just going to hold it up here so you can't see my dress. Sorry. I'll do this as quick as I can. I didn't realise my dress still showed. I'm just sticking glue on cardboard. It's nothing mind-bogglingly interesting. There we go. That should do. Obviously, the corrugated cardboard was off a package that was delivered here. I imagine it was Amazon. Pretty much all I ever get delivered is Amazon, as I find shopping quite hard work. Yeah, glad I made that now. Doesn't, when you got a top, doesn't it make finishing it off quickly? Not that I do anything quickly. Lid. Right, let's see what we've got on the inside of this one then. I think we did those, didn't we, and let them dry. Yep. Whilst they're finishing, I've got my message from the bookmaker here and Hannah. This one's called Hannah. I'm just going to nip through and make sure I'm happy with everything. And then we'll put those two bits on just while they're drying off. Just while the front's drying. I still like that. I do. I'm glad I did that. Love these mini envelopes. They've even got things in. Yep. And this will have a, yep, like them. There, okay. No, don't want anything on that. It'd be going the wrong way. I've done all of those. Oh, I like that. I don't know what I was doing that day, but I enjoyed those. They're nice. Nice. This front one's already got a gem on. And the Tim Holtz person there. Page edge. What's going on there? I don't often put sentiments in, but I like kind. It's a nice sentiment, isn't it? I like all that. That's nice. Yes, yes. Oh, shall we have some stuff sticking out the side here, shall we? Where's my little box of last minute bits and bobs? Here it be. I think the pink's quite... Oh, that pink might look nice. It's a sort of old pink. It's not a bright pink. As these, the scissors are out. I'll use them. Put them right over there so they don't get used again. They're my sewing scissors. I don't cut paper with my sewing scissors, not if I can help it. Well, I don't. No. Pop these through here. We could have had dangles, I guess, but I think putting ribbon on instead. I'm not cutting it short. Oh, that's nice. That butterfly's got pink tips on it as well. Oh, I've just noticed these aren't inked. What was I thinking? I bet you were screaming at me when I did it. They're not inked. Oh, you're probably relieved I didn't ink them, actually. That one is inked and edged. This one is not. It's edged, it's just not inked. Too much rubbish on my desk. Gotta have a tidy up. Can't be doing working in a mess. Oh, that's a bit, this stuff is very staticky, isn't it? Can't have those white edges, they'll never do. But you want, there we are. There you look a bit nice. This is down with Velcro. Love that. This is the one I thought I'd put upside down because it's got an upper tuck. Oh, I like all them. Do we want something on this one? We've got a lot going on here. I don't know if I want a bit of pink in there or not. No, we'll leave it. We'll let the person do that. I don't know. Oh, I pushed them down too far. That's the problem. No wonder they're complaining. Now, I think I might put something on there. Let's find a... Yeah, we'll find one of them, shall we? I want one of these. One of them. And put one of these. You're going to come apart. I want to come apart. Oh, there. Got it open. Didn't want to come apart. Let's just put this on for now. Put you on there. Little charm on there. Put a little charm on there. I think that's why I've done it. There. Charm on that one. Now this, I think, is a little bit tall, this flap. Oh, I don't know. We'll leave it. I don't want to cut the leaves off. Nice writing paper. Some real ephemera. Oh, you're very white, aren't you? Oh, you haven't inked. Hello. See, well, it's important to go through them, can't you? I mean, if this came through as an order, I wouldn't want to be sitting there doing all this before posting it, would you? You want to make sure it's ready. I know it's different if you're just keeping them, you know. I don't think you can put too much. I don't think you can put too much onto them. I think it's nice to give them your all. Yep, that's not inked either. I must have been on a different planet the day I did these. But see, what's happened is I've got halfway through and stopped. This isn't either. And then probably not knowing where I've got to. This, I think I made this on in December, whatever that is. You know, that thing. Yep, they're all okay. Keep them like that. I'm keeping my double in my hand this time. Sorry, I had no idea there was this much inking to do. So I might actually get on to something else today, but it doesn't look like it, does it? It's not inked either. I wonder if I did this on camera. I can't remember. But I'm thinking about putting something on the top of those. I've got some green, nice green here. And I've got this nice green as well. Oh, that one's nice, isn't it? I'm going to put a bit of green in there. I like that idea. I'm not sure about the other one, but I'm definitely putting some in one of them. Should we cut it in half? Do half in each. I don't know if this stuff tears. I don't think it does. Let's have a look, see if it'll tear. Yep, it tears. That's nice. It was a bit wide, wasn't it? In here. I like green. You come through. That's it, like that. Oh, I like that. Just turn that one off. Nice and frayed. And we'll put a piece in you as well. You're inked. Good. There's that other bit there. This is one inner pocket, that one. And then there's this one to go with it. Yeah, like that. Happier with that now. Yes, I did back all those. Yep. I know I don't remember doing it at the time, but I went back and backed it. Just my second signature, my third. I wonder what I did in the second signature then, because I don't remember putting charms on the second one. It doesn't matter. They don't all have to have the same, do they? But I'm putting the leaf on this one. Because I can. Oh gosh, time's whizzing past. I really, really want to get these done today. I really do. It will not be satisfying if I do not. Put a key on this one. There we are. Whoa, I'm dropping my peg. Yep. I made that ages ago. That's nice. I like that. Right, let's keep going. I'll leave that there. I'm not going to do anything with that. Do you know, sometimes I do leave little bits, and that's because I always, as I said before, I always send a bag of a box, a tuck, an envelope of ephemera. People to do little extra bits themselves. There, I'm happy with that. That is good. Good, good. I don't think I've missed anything. As I say, I do go through it once more before it's sold. Right, let's do these bits next. These are important bits to finish it off. Especially now I've printed them off, because once I've printed them off, if I don't put them pretty much straight in, they get lost. So the same as the other one. Sorry about the noise. The ruler on the glass. Let's take you two off like this. So I've got two nice bits of paper that I can use again. That's all good for stamping this, so I won't lose that either. Over there. Right, let's get you inked. Right, we'll just ink around the outside and then we'll decide how we're folding. How we're going to fold you then. So maybe into 4 or 3. Let's try 3 to start with, shall we? Yeah, that fits nicely, doesn't it? Doesn't overgo that either. Can you see down there? Sorry. Look, it went in like that. So I just like to ink these bits to make it look old. And I mean, it's obviously not old, but old is it old? I should put it all up, but there we are. You can go in there. Message. Yep, I can see this. That way done there. Let's do this front bit, and then while it's drying, we will. What did I do? I know I kept it out. Oh lordy lord, I've lost it. Oh really? What am I like? Scatterbrain, that's what I'm like. Oh, there it is, look, underneath. Bet you all knew it was under there, didn't you? Bet you all going, you got it underneath. And I'm thinking, oh God, now I've lost that bit now. No, I haven't, it's here. Oh dear. Good job it's not Mindful Monday, isn't it? Otherwise I'll be epically failing. Right, Hannah fits in there nicely. Let's pencil. Oh, I've got no metal bits with this. No brads, that's nice. It's easier to cut out when you've got no brads. I think you might still be a bit big. We'll see what. I don't quite know how I managed that, but lovely. Let's put some glue around there. Where's my? There it is. There. Go off there. Let's put some glue around here. I'm very aware that's probably blinding you. Oh, let me know. Now this dries very quickly, so I'm going to do it this way around to make sure it's straight. There, straight. Good. That's the advantage of using the 3-in-1, of course. You've got a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds to sort it out, haven't you? See, if I have this the right way up, it takes forever to come out, and if I have it the wrong way up, it flies everywhere. Which is why it's better too. Oh, that blends in beautifully, look. I'm happy with that. Happy Hector with that. And it's going on material, so we're going to use a bit of this. Get you straight. So I'm just going to tilt it up so I can get it straight. Yeah. Happy with that. Right, we'll do the back bit while that's drying, and then if we've got time, I'll quickly Mod Podge the names, because that's what I do, just to keep them a bit more secure. I'll take the lid off, yes I have. There we go. And this one is January. January 26th, number 119. And my signature, there we go. Looks like it's nice and dry. I feel very accomplished. I won't tidy up now, it's not fair on you guys. But what I will do, and they can sit there and dry then while you go off and do whatever you want to do, just Mod Podge the 2 names. got one of my a lot of water in this one. It's very diluted, but it'll do the job. Thing is, with it being so diluted, it's not very shiny at all. You know, it doesn't come off very shiny. So I might just use the stuff off the top here. Off here. I don't need very much. It's mainly the name I like to cover. You have to be careful that the ink doesn't smudge though, so you don't want too much on. You don't want your ink smudging. Looks a bit yuck when you first do it, but it dries up absolutely fine. There. I know that name is safe now. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to get torn or knocked or anything like that. Yes, let's do Hannah. It literally is the tiniest bit I put on. But I just gives me that confidence to know that, you know, if somebody catches it or something, that name's not going to rip because it's covered in Mod Podge. Try not to get any on the material if I can help it, though it wouldn't hurt it. There we are. That's all I do, just the tiniest bit. Pop you back on there. There. They can sit there. And mind you, they dry very quickly. There's Suzanne and Hannah. Put together, there's Susanna. No, as you can see, they're quite, actually, considering there's an inch difference in the in them. But yeah, the only thing really is that the spines are very similar, aren't they? But yeah, they've got people on. I'm happy with them. Very satisfied. I am indeedy. They will be in Etsy soon. So keep an eye out if you like, and you'd like one. That's where they'll be. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday. It's not, well, you may not be watching Saturday, but I hope you stay well, look after yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.